whole of the Gospel of John is constructed around a series of encounters. And at the end of the first chapter of John, we see Jesus encountering Nathaniel, whom he was drawing to be a disciple. This is the story here, starting from verse 45. The next day, Jesus decided to leave for Galilee. Finding Philip, he said to him, "Follow me." Philip, like Andrew and Peter, was from the town of Bethsaida. Philip found Nathaniel and said to him, "We've found the one Moses wrote about in the law, and about whom the prophets also wrote, Jesus of Nazareth, the son of Joseph." "Nazareth," said Nathanael, "can anything good come from there?" "Come and see," said Philip. When Jesus saw Nathanael approaching, he said of him, "Here is a true Israelite in whom there is nothing false." "How do you know me?" Nathanael asked. Jesus answered, "I saw you while you were still under the fig tree before Philip called you." Then Nathanael declared, "Rabbi, you are the Son of God, you are the King of Israel." Jesus said, "Do you believe because I told you I saw you under the fig tree? You shall see greater things than that." He then added, "I tell you the truth, you shall see heaven open and the angels of God ascending and descending on the Son of Man." Now, that's a deceptively simple little passage, but you notice all the different words there are to describe who Jesus is. He finishes off being the Son of Man, but he's the one on whom angels ascend and descend. Very big picture. And then before that, he's the Messiah about whom the prophets and the law spoke. And then he's the son of Joseph. He's the Son of Man, he's the son of Joseph. He's the man from Nazareth. And so you've got this whole combination of names of Jesus. And you think, what do people see when they see Jesus? Do they see the human, or do they see the one on whom angels ascend and descend? Do they see the Son of Man? And what does Son of Man mean? And you can tell as well that the son of Joseph was considered a kind of almost derogatory way. Can anything good come out of Nazareth? You know, it was a very human and a low-level title. So John's doing something very interesting. He's saying, what do you think about Jesus? And does your understanding of Jesus need to be extended and developed? In fact, that word see is crucial here. Again and again, you find the verb see used in this passage. He said, "We have seen him." And then he says, come and see for yourself. It's a very careful use. In the English language, we have the word insight. So sight is what you see, and insight is what you perceive in what you see. So you might see Jesus, but what do you perceive about him? Come and see. And then Jesus turns it around and he says to Nathanael, "I saw you." Past tense of the verb to see. And so he's sort of saying, I already knew you. It's like a word of knowledge. I saw you before you tried to see me. Are you getting confused? Because this is how John does it. He sort of flows these. It's like interweaving lines going on to help us see something new. So when Nathanael agreed to come to Jesus, he had no great expectations about what he was going to see. His comment about Nazareth may not have been one of simple prejudice, you know, maybe like a townie making a comment about somebody from the country, like a bumpkin or something. "Oh, it's Nazareth," you know. But maybe it was a comment that said that there isn't any messianic prophecy connected with somebody coming from Nazareth. Maybe he was knowledgeable, or maybe it's both. So you can begin to understand his surprise when he's introduced to the Son of God, the King of Israel. Here's the point. He expected little, and he found a lot. And Jesus zeroes in on him and says, I saw you. And Nathanael is exposed and surprised and delighted and drawn in. Sometimes I think prejudice blocks our insight into God. You know, prejudice really gets in the way. You have to fill in the blanks for yourself here. What is it that stops you really looking closely into the face of Jesus? Well, Jesus says, come and see. And you will see new things, something more. And when Jesus saw Nathaniel coming, he makes this statement about Nathaniel's character. He says, here is a true blue Israelite, somebody in whom there is no guile, no deceit. And Nathaniel said, well, how do you know that? He said, because I saw you. I saw you when you were underneath the fig tree. It's like Jesus was saying, I know your heart, man. I know where you're coming from. And it's like in chapter 4, the Samaritan woman says, come and see someone who told me everything I did. It's the same kind of concept coming out of Nathaniel. How did he know so much, Jesus? How did you know so much about me? And Nathaniel is cornered by this word of knowledge. And he says, you are the Son of God. You're the King of Israel. And Jesus says, is that all it takes to convince you? You're going to see greater things than this. Now here's the challenge for today. When you step past your prejudice, when you open your eyes and look at Jesus Christ, I guarantee that he will start you on a journey that starts little and gets big. And the things that convince you on day one are just the starting point for something that is so incredible, so life-shattering and life-renewing that you will never be the same again. Because that's what encounters do, isn't it? God bless you.